So the sail test. Now the sail, of course, is for a boat, but we use it to understand wind resistance, surface area, and how air pressure can make things move. So in this case, we're trying to get our sail to just move forward using the force of the wind to drive it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our fishing line, and we're going to take the fishing line, and first we're going to tie it to our fan. So we take the fishing line, and one of the best places to put it, for one, make sure your logo is facing front. That's which way the air is blowing. You don't want to put it on the back because that would be sucking it in. So make sure that you have it in the right spot. What you do, then you look at it and you say, okay, well, here's the center line of my fan, and I have two lines that are parallel and they're running equidistant to this. So what I want to do is make sure I'm not dead center here either, because there's not a lot of air inside here. The air is kind of coming out this way. So I want to go right above the center part of the fan to the outside parts off center. So I just take it and I pull it through. Now I got a little bit of paper or tape stuck to the end of my fishing line. That makes it a whole lot easier to bend it around. When I put it inside here, I can bend it back through here, and then I can tape it, or not tape it, I tie it. So you want to tie it off. So just regular knot, just a couple times. Going opposite directions, go left over right, right over left, back and forth, until it's really on there. Right, that's good. Then you take this end of the line, and you go about 5 or 6 feet. So if you have a 6-foot table, that's great, because you can actually go to the end of the 6-foot table, put a chair on the top of there, and then tape it. Now another thing too is when I pull on this, I'm going to pull my fan over, right? So in order to make sure that the fan doesn't get pulled over, I take masking tape or duct tape, and I tape it to the top, down like this, and then I bring it back to the table and tape it down to the table, tape it in place, and I do that on both sides. But it usually doesn't take a lot to get this to stay in place. But another thing what you want to do is you want to make sure that you give it a little bit of room so when I pull on it. So now I can pull on this really good, and it's not going to come off. And you don't need it to be insanely strong, but you do need it to be tight in order for your sails to fly down the fishing line. So that's one part of the fishing line. I'm going to tie off the other one, and then I'm going to show you how the rest of it works. Here we have a fan, and we have this piece of blue insulation and 2 straws. The straws have to be parallel. Make sure they're exactly the same distance apart on either side. You can measure it or use something that's the same, so that way you know they're definitely parallel. Then you can run your fishing line through. So here I have the fishing line on my raft, and I'm going to feed the other fishing line through the other straw. And pulling that through there. Now you can do a lot of wing tests depending on the age of your campers. If you have a lot of older campers, you can challenge them to kind of make a wing that will kind of lift up when the wind blows. In this case, I'm just going to make a sail, like a sailboat. So here I have the 2 strings. Now I would take this down and tie it to a chair or something in the room. I can even put a chair on the table and tie it to the chair. And then that would go here like this. Then, once you have this set up, this is ready to ride on this rail of fishing line. You give the students or the campers your stick and then something to make a sail out of. And you're trying to get them to go as fast as they can down the line. Also try and make it as far as they can down this line. You can take measurements on distance. So there you go. Now you take this and you can put it right inside here. Now we're going to do it this way because the wind is blowing that way. Now that's on there like that. Now you have your sail. And they do different types of sails. Like I said, you could actually do a wing test where they're doing something like a Bernoulli ball that hasn't been turned into a circle. And then when you take it to the other side, make sure it's parallel. When you turn on the wind, make sure it's tight. It would actually run down the wire. The reason that's running not now is because, and also I do duct tape this down. I'll duct tape that on the other side. So you try to do the sail test, see which ones go the farther, the fastest. They can actually make sure it's tied tight. Holding it to it doesn't work. There you go, sail test.